Good morning, guys. This is a little different setup of a video, but I had a really, I don't know, it's traveling related, I guess, but it's kind of related to, when you go different places and you find and see things that you've never seen before where you live. That's kind of what this one's about. So I wanted to share with you guys these amazing things that that I bought while I was in Australia. I had never seen them before, but I've since done some research, and apparently they're everywhere on Etsy. Amazon even sells some, but more like the Etsy type things. Small little niches here and there, but nowhere the popularity level, at least in my frame of reference, as they are in Australia. So they're these really cool, sustainable, biodegradable, compostable, 100% natural organic beeswax food wraps, and they're super cool. I bought a 3-pack. I've got a small one here. It's about, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably six by 6 inches by 6 inches or so, give or take, maybe 7 by 7. Then I've got a medium one, and they're really fun fabrics. And these are organic cotton. And then I've got a large one. That's a pretty good size one. So what I was going to do is I wanted to do a video, and I'll keep you guys updated, maybe do another video in another few days. I've got a block of cheese, and I was told that these are great for, instead of using cling wrap or plastic wrap, which is a pain in the butt. Everybody knows that if you've used it. It always sticks to itself. It never sticks to what you want it to stick to. And the thing about plastic wrap is it doesn't allow your food to breathe. So a lot of times you end up with more waste because you're throwing away the food that you intended to save. It happens to me all the time if I have any fresh fruit, avocados, etc. The list goes on. Personally, I don't hardly use plastic wrap or plastic bags for food storage or even plastic containers anymore. We have switched over to glass. However, there are times where I would love a plastic bag is perfect for something, a sandwich bag for a sandwich, a little handful of pretzels or potato chips, or if you have something small and you don't really want to put it in a glass container, but you need something bigger but not that big, plastic wrap or plastic sandwich bags are usually what my go-to. So there are instances in which I still have to use plastic, and I hate it because the plastic bags and things like that, they're not necessarily recyclable, and they create waste. So I was intrigued by these wraps because they're zero waste. Um, they are supposed to last up to 12 to 15 months, 12 to 18 months, excuse me, depending on how well you keep them clean. The only recommendation or advice about them was not to wrap meat in them because you can't clean them. You don't clean them with hot water because the beeswax will melt. So you need to put them, they're great for fresh fruit, vegetables, cheeses, breads, sandwiches, virtually anything else besides a meat or protein based, because you can't really get any kind of, especially raw meat, but you can't really clean it as properly as you need to, and you don't want cross contamination and all that. So with that being said, I have this block. We buy cheese in the block. So I decided to cut it up, and instead of putting it in one of my containers, I was going to cut up some and put in a container and wrap the rest of the block in one of these food wraps, just to kind of test to see if it impacts the staying life of the cheese. Does my cheese last longer? Does it not? Whatever. Because supposedly, because this is fabric, organic fabric, it's cotton, it allows the food to breathe. So that's the number one issue with plastic wrap or anything like that, is your food isn't allowed to breathe, and it needs to breathe a certain amount so that it doesn't get slimy and gross stuff and all that junk. So without further ado, I'm going to cut half of this cheese into pieces, and the other half I'm just going to take this medium size wrap, and all you do is to kind of soften it up because it's really stiff, and you just take your hands and the heat from your body kind of softens it up. So I'm just going to take that cheese block and just wrap it in and it fits. It's like wrapping a package. So you see I'm just wrapping it, and it seals onto the cheese. So I'm just going to kind of wrap the ends up. I probably could have used a small one, but I didn't know. So essentially, I just wrapped it, and as I'm wrapping it, it's becoming warm from my hand, and it's becoming more pliable. So we're going to take note. Today is the 17th, and I'm going to check this cheese in 2 days. So there it is. So that's handy. So if you didn't have a glass container, or you wanted to try something different, these kind of are cool. So my goal with these is I'm researching places that I can buy because I want to make these. Some of you know, some of you don't know. My husband and I, we have a garden. It's fairly organic, and our plan next summer is to set up at our local farmer's market. We're going to make a little display cart and really expand our garden. And I thought those beeswax wraps would be a great addition because, like I said, in my frame of reference, I try to go to craft fairs and markets and things like that. I've never seen these, so I'm really excited at the potential that I could make this and provide this to people who want to have less waste, a sustainable product, and something I didn't mention, these are compostable. So the beauty is, if it's worn its wear, if it's lived its life and it's 18 months down the road and it just doesn't hold its stick, it doesn't hold anything, you can take this sheet, and I think you could probably cut it up if you wanted to, or you could leave it this big, but cutting it up kind of helps the process of composting go a little faster. So you could compost, cut it up, put it in your compost, and there you are. And you're not going to worry about anything that you don't want in your compost there, because it's organic cotton. It'll compost. Organic natural beeswax, and the resin and the jojoba oil are also very natural and organic. So perfect. So stay tuned. I'll post an update on this cheese and this wrap. And as I make these, I will post them to the channel. So be sure you have hit the subscribe button. And I've had several people asking about, I wish YouTube would change the language and change it from subscribe, because it sounds like you have to pay to follow my videos. You don't. Just hit the button and you'll get notified, and you can watch them whenever you want. So I will go ahead and end it there, but this is a cool product that I discovered while traveling, and I wanted to share it with you, and I want you to keep your eyes open when you're traveling. Yes, it's great to find the little touristy tchotchke shops, but look for something local. Go to local markets, go to local shops, buy from local artisans. I know I bought some handmade earrings while I was down there as well. Super cute. Went to three different local craft fairs. So I encourage you to do that and be a good steward of where you're visiting, the country, the city, wherever. Help those local artisans, because the tourist shops are nice, and the little tchotchke keychains and all that are fun, but it's so much more special to come back with something that's unique and one of a kind, like these beeswax wraps. And this has triggered an idea for myself to help further, bring another product to my local area. So until next time, guys, I'll keep you posted on the cheese and the beeswax wrap. Thank you so much for everybody that continues to like and subscribe my videos. I've got a couple more traveling ones from my actual adventures in Australia that I haven't posted. I'll be editing those and putting those together. So look forward to those. And if you have any questions about these wraps, drop a comment, maybe ask. I'll help you share, because I've been doing a lot of research, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to go to make it inexpensive on my part and for people to buy. But my goal is by this summer to have these as an offering to my local farmer's market, or maybe even to you guys. So have a great Sunday, and I will talk to you guys later. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.